Yo, Boomerang today?
Hello, Victoria. Thank you so much for the tier 1. Yeah, we're doing a Boomerang and the Lucky65 today. So nice.
Happy 41 months.
Jishi, thank you so much for a tier 1, bro. Yeah, the Boomerang got released a little early due to tariff stuff, which is now apparently not a thing anymore. So a little confusing, but it's all right. We're here. So we're going to do 2 builds today, just because I don't really have a free day this week to do the Boomerang, and I'd like to cover it because they sent it and it looks so nice. So we'll do both. We'll start off with the Lucky. This bullshit is so confusing. Dude, let me tell you. When I was told about this whole tariff situation again, about how now keyboards have exemptions, I just rolled my fucking eyes to the point where, like, I think I damaged my eyeballs. Like, I'm pretty positive. Just like 99% positive I did. I can't see well today because of that. But yeah, it's I mean, it's a good thing, but it's also confusing as hell. So yeah, went Undertaker mode, I guess. I don't know. Why is Adobe PDF screaming at me right now? Hello, Mr. Morgan J. Damn, dude. You damaged my eyeballs too? Damn, bro. You saying emoji or something? That's crazy. Because nothing looks as nice as... Damn, Avo. Good comeback. You never know. Next week's a new week. Yeah, it's always a new week. Big tech probably just extorting them. At this point here, I think I'm at who knows, and who cares. I'm just going to go in with the flow. I am not that intelligent that I can understand all of this. So let's just build keyboards today and have a good time and not bring this topic up again.
15 months with the most positive man in
Dude,
keys.
Disguised, thank you
Here's
so much for
more.
15 months, bro. Dude, I hope there's so many more. Today's a good day, though. It's a nice, sunny day outside. So after we're done stream, I'm probably going to go stand outside and absorb some sunlight like a plant. Hopefully that'll help my mood a little bit. I'm in a good mood
It's
today.
not you,
We'll see.
Alex. It's hard to understand what an idiot president does.
Yeah, honestly, still. For real. Yeah, we're just going to build keyboards today. And still, thank you so much for the Prime, bro. Thank you, dude. But yeah, I don't know, some updates. I watched like 80% of the first episode of Black Mirror. Pretty good so far. I like this season. Well, the first episode of this season, that is. I'm excited to see what the rest of the season's gonna have. I'm almost done watching Solo Leveling. Interesting. I like Solo Leveling so far. And for some reason, I know you guys are gonna hate me saying this, I'm putting a pause on Daredevil right now, just because I don't know why I'm losing interest kind of slowly with that. I have no idea. Severance, we're probably going to start this week, I'm hoping, within the next, like, 7 business days. But, looking sexy today? Thank you. I appreciate that clap. None, thank you so much for 3 months in advance,
Your smile
man.
is making my day brighter. Thank you,
thanks,
Alex.
Dude. Appreciate it, man. Thank you, bro. Yeah, we're just going to have a good day today. It's just going to be a nice little keyboard building day. We have many keyboards to build. We're going to start up the giveaways again tomorrow, like I said. But yeah, it's going to be a nice day. I think I'm finally caught up with a lot of stuff in the keyboard world, too. So, also a sub Laminar. Yeah, we're doing 2 builds today, Lam. So we're doing a Lucky and a Boomerang. I just wanted to squeeze in the Boomerang because it's up on KBD fans. So, unfortunately, I don't have, like, a solo day in the next, like, week to do the Boomerang, so it's okay. We'll do it today. It's alright. But Daredevil is at climax right now. I don't know what it is, man. It's just... I don't know. Can't figure it out. Been fiddling with Type Plus switches. They're really good. Wait, you got some of the Type Plus switches, you toy? Which ones did you end up getting?
Love the stream, Alex.
Thank you so much for the bits. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, dude. Also, Concrete, thank you so much for the tier 1. Yeah, I guess let's start with the Lucky, because we have a lot to go through today.
Boomerang. Wow.
Man, that was a really aggressive first wow. Damn, with the tariff situation changing, you don't necessarily need to build it today. Things may change in a bit. Honestly, Lamb, let's do it today. I am already pumped up and I'm prepped for this build today. So, plus, the unit that I got, Lamb, I really want to take pictures of it, man. So I really want to build this today. I hope that's okay, dude. It looks sweet. If it's a Boomerang, does that mean you'll be sending it back? I don't know if I have to, but again, I put it unsponsored with KBD fans. Usually, no, but I guess let's start off with the Lucky, though, shall we? Start off with the Lucky. I am not going to reveal that lamb until afterwards, because I haven't even taken a look at it yet, but I know what unit I got. So, okay, so first of all, I just want to put this here. This is the Lucky65 V2. I think out of any keyboard in existence, ever, on my YouTube channel and in Twitch even, this is probably the most requested keyboard I've ever received. It took me a while to actually sit down and want to do this. Not because I don't want to, it's just I ordered this and I'll be quite honest with you, I just didn't have time to do it. But this one here is from Kinetic Labs. I believe, it's been a little while, so give me a second. I believe this was $79 when I got it. Still is $79. This is the non-built version. So we're going to be building it today. I'm thinking about just building this stock to see what the fuss is about here. It is, again, one of the most popular boards. Everyone's been telling me I gotta try this thing, so here it is. The colors are nice. The anno quality is, I mean, it's good. It's not quite as good as some of the other anno qualities I've seen. There's definitely a little bit more of like a speckle to this, which to me usually means it's not as like great as an anno quality, but honestly, this is still fantastic for what it is. What do you mean by stock? I'm probably just going to pop in switches, and then maybe we'll fiddle around with some of this too. I don't know if I want to build this with no foam, unless you guys want me to build it with no foam. I don't know. I don't know how we're going to build this today. What switches are these that they included? Interesting. But this is a no frills kind of look over here. Again, box on wedge, a little bit of a taper down the middle over here. It is very, very, very simplistic, and I enjoy that. For the price point, this is good. I don't know, actually. I have to double check beforehand. The weight's interesting on this, too. I'll give it to them for this. The weight is super interesting. I like the pattern they ended up going with this. You know what? And even for not for nothing here, but the four-leaf clover is actually pretty cool, too. Is that a Hasselblad? It is. It's what I used to take all my photos. I was actually taking photos before this. I got into, okay, a little side note. I've gotten into that bad habit again where my little camera stand, I put keyboard parts and I don't have room for my camera anymore. So I don't know. I'm just keeping it on my desk as like a desk ornament now, unfortunately. Are the feet pushing? I think these are adhesive. Are they not? They're adhesive. But I mean, overall, this kind of crackled look on the back is kind of cool. It's pretty nice. Like it's a pretty nice look. Again, this is $79, so it's pretty simplistic in its machining. Don't expect anything like crazy machining wise here. You're getting what you're paying for here, which is a very, very simple overall shape for a keyboard. Actually, you know what? Speaking of anno, I am noticing a little bit of, I don't know if that's banding or machining marks here on the front. It might be tough to pick this up, so you're going to have to just take my word on this. Yeah, a little tough on stream to pick this up, but again, though, for $79 for a kit that you can build that comes with, I think this is even wireless too, correct? Not bad. You do get plate-mounted stabs, which I know there's like this stigma, which people think these are like the worst stabilizers in existence. I disagree. I think if you know what you're doing, this is perfectly okay. Like, you can get away with plate-mounted stabs and never notice a difference. There's a little instruction sheet here too. Let's see. Does it say anything? Just tells us really like the battery RGB, weight of the keyboard. Oh, there's an English side. Yeah, not a whole hell of a lot that I need to know for this. Warranty certificate. All right. I kind of want to open it up though, just to see what's inside. Is this a hidden screw design, or how does this work? How do we take these off? How do we disassemble this board? Do I have to take off the feet for this? Oh, wait, this is screwed in via... Wait, what? Balls? Is it a ball catch system? Oh, it is. Jeez. Like I said, I didn't really... This is something I got just to take a look at, so... So this is a ball catch system, which, I mean, let's demo that again. Balls. Ball catch system. All right, so then what do we got inside here? All right, so right away I can tell you this is probably a 1.2 mil PCB. Yeah, this is 1.2. Flex cuts, so we probably will leave the foam in. I'm going to tell you guys right now, my personal preference when it comes to flex cuts on a PCB, we are probably not going to bother with no foam. It just, the sound profile is really, really thin when you do so I'm not going to bother. There is PE sheet as well, or some sort of sheet. I don't know if this is like an IPXE sheet or a PE sheet, plus plate foam here. And then we have, so this is a really light, I think this is more of an EVA foam. This is a really light foam. This really doesn't do a whole lot. It's not as dense as something like Poron, but it does look like they have another sheet here at the bottom. And I'm guessing that all the battery and whatnot is underneath this. So in between this little section is most likely where we're going to see the battery. We do have a proprietary daughter board, but again, I expected as much just because this has a battery to it. All right. If the PCB is 1.2 with flex cuts, you might as well go full foam IMO. Yeah. And then in terms of mounting style, we have we have silicone mounts, silicone tabs. I will say this. I appreciate what they did with how the tab system works here. Little note. See how it has relief cuts right down the center over here as well? So right over here we have relief cuts. That actually, even though there's a mounting point underneath the spacebar, which typically I don't prefer, this would actually mitigate a lot of the vibration being sent back to the PCB, which is a nice little touch. We also have, what brand is this? I have never heard of this. Omson. Omson? I don't know what brand of hot swaps sockets these are. I've never seen them before, I don't think. But we do have some hot swap sockets. They're not Kale, so that means they don't have those little they don't have those little crazy sharp parts to them which will hurt your fingies. And then if you wanted to go PCB mounted stabilizers, you cannot, which is a bit of a drawback for some. So you're going to be stuck with plate mounted stabs. There are no holes at all for going PCB mounted stabilizers with this PCB. So right away, again, this is something that I picked up. Like, this is not sponsored or anything. Like, this is a bit of a bummer that it doesn't have those things. Now, again, it's $79, but I almost don't think adding little holes in the PCB would really increase the cost of your production at all. You might have to move around some stuff on the PCB, but I mean, like, that could have been thought of beforehand. So it does seem like it has, well, I'm actually not sure why they've included all these extra spots here. It looks like down the road that you were able to add some sort of different compatibility, maybe a split, if they had a plate for it, which I don't know if there is a plate for this. But it's not present on the stock plate. They do have a plate for it. Where can you buy said plate? Is this on Kinetic Labs? Is that an additional purchase? So I don't see anything here. It's out of stock though everywhere. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, still, the price point's not bad for this. $79. All right. Well, let's give it a go then. Let's plug this back in and start popping in some switches here. Again, this shouldn't be a terribly long build for the Lucky. I appreciate what's inside the box here. Definitely some stuff missing. And you know what? This might be a perfect board to compare to something like the Neo Core. Like, how does this stack up against something in a very, very similar price range? And right now, I'm going to be real with you guys. This is lacking a lot of the same features. Yeah, I saw someone in chat said that the 1.6 mil PCB was exclusive to Vietnam or something like that. Catchable system is nice. I feel like a lot of people will probably appreciate that. I do like the fact that, even though this is not on the outside of the keyboard, I like the fact, unlike the Neo boards, that this is easier to toggle. So if you want to go with the wireless mode, you don't have to grab a tweezer, take off your keycap, and fiddle with it. So it's not exclusive, but it's really hard to get a hold of. Oh, is this a Kohaku killer? No, I mean different keyboards. Hi Ad, how you doing? What's your most expensive keycap set? I think it's actually SA Nautilus. Locally, we had a group buy here for 1.6 mil PCB. Not sure if it went through though. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, okay, let's put in some switches. I was actually gonna try these. SA Nautilus. These are the Sillyworks X Gateron Type Rs. This has to be one of the shortest actuations I've ever seen in a Switch. It's also tactile. So, I think this will be kind of cool to pair with this. At least I thought it would be. Alright. Let's give it a go. Crow, thank you so much for the Prime, bro. I appreciate it, man. Let's take out these guys. I wonder what switches these are. Who knows? Are these a KTT switch? I think these are a KTT switch. They have the KTT logo on them. So again, I don't know. I feel like right away I'm a little bit disappointed by some of the lack of options here. But like I don't know. This is tough for me because. So nice. Thank you, Cass.
Mr. Toes.
Like if I'm being honest with you guys, I don't know how to properly. Like, the only way I could look at this board is the same way that I can look at boards of a higher price point. And unfortunately, I don't think and this might be a bad or a great thing, who knows? Maybe you guys can tell me. I don't think I have the capacity to look at this in any other way, other than the way I would also look at something in the $200 price range or like a custom anything, you know? To me, this is still a custom keyboard. And to me, I still have expectations, regardless. You know, like there are things I might be a little bit more lenient when it comes to a $79 price point, like, you know, machining and the design of said board. But when we're talking about just some of the custom aspects of things, like having a plate that doesn't really match up with all the support that the PCB has, like why not just include that in the plate? You know, like if you're already, and hear me out, maybe this is a great way to look at things. If you're already going to add all these ridiculous flex cuts in here, or I shouldn't say ridiculous, if you're going to add all these extra little holes and stuff in the plate, why not just add an extra hole for like what looks like a split spacebar? Why not just add that? What does it matter at the end of the day if you're already going to flex cut this up? It shouldn't matter. So why not give people the options to do all the stuff extra on here? And why make it very limited, and why sell them on another plate? You know what I mean? From a marketing perspective, the defining elements of a product class have to apply to your product, even if it's way cheaper, or else people will basically think you are lying, even if you had good intentions. Yeah, I can agree with that. The price does not justify the lack thereof. Yeah. So I'm a little disappointed in some of the features this is already offering. I also think that, while usually I don't know, like, I also think that this board, right now, like, right off the bat, before even testing the sound out or anything like that, I really feel that if they had just added even PCB mounted, like, not that I would have used them today, but just as an option for people to fiddle around, PCB mounted stab holes, this could have been excellent right away. So... Can you show the back? Yeah, I do like the texture of this. This is really neat. It even has a bit of a texture, like a bit of a feel to it. I like that. That's kind of cool. Nice little shorter feet on this too. Shouldn't make a nice thuddy sound. And again, the ano is acceptable. There are some minor flaws that I'm seeing, but nothing that screams like terrible. I think this is the cheapest you can reach and get stuff custom experience. Like, sorry. I think the cheapest you can reach and stuff get that custom experience is probably the Neo. Well, yeah, and I think, you know, unfortunately or fortunately, the board that it's being compared to right now, and maybe it's a bad timing, is going to be something like the Neo Core. The Neo Core is probably the closest it can come to right now. Also, how on earth do I put in this? See, this is also something I don't appreciate, which is... this is a different facing. These little PE sheet foams don't really tell you what orientation your switch should be in. Alex, I heard you're going to get a diversity proto. Do you know when you're... Oh, diversity proto. Who's vendoring that? Honestly, I don't recall the name. Sometimes people change the name of products. it sounds vaguely familiar. I don't know why. These are interesting switches. Should be a really fun pairing with this board since we're using foam. For an extra $5, they offer that. I guess not all vendors would carry that though. I'm assuming you would have to go straight to the Lucky website to get something like that, which is also a smidge of a bummer. However, I guess to look at this from a different perspective as well, for 79 bucks, you're also getting a very fixed 65% layout with wireless connectivity. You would have to buy switches, which switches could run you about $15 to $25 for an adequate set of switches. So you're kind of now, let's just say $30, or let's just say now it comes out to $105, and now you need keycaps. I think they also had a pre-built version for about $95 in some websites that I saw. But I'm not sure what kind of quality stuff you get with that. Neocore will run you like $50 more shipped. Yeah, and don't worry, this also needs to be shipped too, so unsure how much the shipping will cost. This audience would just grab $10 keycaps, which is fine. Like, even if you add $10 keycaps and $10 switches, you're still almost at $100. Well, you are at $100 almost before shipping. Interesting. So nice.
Watching F1 and this stream, truly the best of both worlds.
Thank you, dude.
Cheers
Appreciate
to
that,
18
man.
months of prime clicks, clacks, and vibes.
Thank
Appreciate
you, dude.
all the late night builds, chill convos, and buttery thoughts. Let's go for 36 next. Kissing face emoji.
Absolutely,
kissing face
dude.
emoji. Kissing face emoji.
Hopefully you guys still watch me in 18 months. In Vietnam, so I had a chance to try the 1.6 mil version. I'm a little disappointed. The sound it produces isn't as good as the first version. If you put the 1.6 PCB of the version 2 into the case of the first version, it will sound much better. That might be due to the fact, I don't think the V1 had catchball system, right? The catchball system, as nice as that is, also, I'm a little... Ah, man, this plate is a little awkward as well for this particular board too. I can see the plate is not 100% the right size, so it's kind of bulging on one side, just like ever so slightly. I don't think I'll be able to show you guys that, but it's not making the switches super easy to pop in a lot of ways. The Keep community is so kissy, I love it. We all love each other here. I don't know, like, people were telling me this had to be one of the most requested keyboards that I've ever heard, like, on my channel. I know it took me a while to look at this. I'm not saying that I don't understand why. I'm just kind of also in the mindset of, like, maybe now that we have other choices,
I would catch your balls any day of the week.
Thank you, Intense. I think the only thing impressive about this right now is catchball system and wireless, plus what looks like a decent little mounting system for about $80. The VIA compatible PCB. So if I plug this in, it'll load into VIA. I can double check that afterwards. What else can you get at that price point? Wasn't the bridge around the same price as well? What was the bridge 75 at again? Bridge 75. Well, actually, that's Canadian pricing. Oh, the bridge is actually doubled. Well, actually, no, that comes with everything. Was it like 110? Yeah, there's also the Neo. I mean, obviously a different layout. Maybe this will come into play a bit too. But the Neo 60 core, like, listen, the Neo 60 core, if you just kind of want a cheap keyboard, if you want to go with a tri-mode hot swap PCB and a plate for about 30 bucks more, like we were saying earlier, I think it's well worth the investment. I understand though $30 is definitely a lot when you're coming from a $80 board, but you'll get so much more out of your 30 bucks there that I feel like it's almost worth it. I think the reason maybe, like, here's so far, like, without even trying this board, I really think, like, this is going to be Actually, this might be one of the cheapest boards with all these features. And maybe that's really going to be, you know, the selling point here is there's really not a lot for $79 with all these features. But I think there are a lot of compromises that come with that $79 spent. You know what I mean? So shipping from QK is more. Aren't there other vendors that have the Neo 60 or the core version of it? Mech Market or Alex's Discord is the way to go. You can find gold there. Yeah, there's also used, but in case you don't want to buy used and you don't want to trust that, I don't know. So far, what I'm liking about this board, I do like the fact that this is pretty much ready to use. You just have to pop in some switches. I still recommend obviously taking this out of the box and then laying it down flat. I'm not doing that right now, but I do like that. That's nice. It's ready to go, ready to build. That's kind of convenient at $79. Wireless is nice. Let's actually see. Let's plug this in really quick. I want to see if this loads up in VIA, no problem. Let's see. If this loads up in VIA, well, do I have to switch it off of a different mode here? Hold on, I need to switch it off of Bluetooth mode. So that is just me playing music again. Where's that little sheet with all the instructions? How do we switch it off Bluetooth mode? Let's see. Bluetooth connection, wired connection is function plus T. So function plus T. Okay, so there we go. And let's try to load this into VIA now. You need the JSON file? Okay, then I hate to say it, guys. Oh, jeez. I hate to say it. If you need the JSON file, this is not VIA compatible. Because for me, you wouldn't need to use something like a third-party like file to upload. It works in VIA. So yes, you can kind of say, I guess it's, you know, VIA compatible in that sense. But it follows the same suit that we talked about even with the bridge and a lot of other boards. They're not compliant, you know. There's a lot of boards.
My Encore came in this week, and I built it. Has already shot up to being possibly my favorite keyboard of my collection.
It's nice, right? The Encore slaps for a lot of reasons, Liv. You can get this on Amazon, free shipping if you have Prime. Yeah, I mean, that also helps too. I didn't even realize it was on Amazon. I just got it from Kinetic Labs. You have to message the vendor/maker to get the JSON. Okay, so again, a lot of boards are like this. I'm not going to docket points in my head for not being, you know, VIA compatible out of the box. You do have to do a little bit of a workaround, just like with QWERTY Keys boards. A lot of these boards are not compliant. If you want to do some reading on it, I've already kind of discussed it in one of my streams, but there are some reasons as to why companies don't do this, why they aren't compliant. But ultimately, I don't think it should be a selling point that this is out of the box VIA compatible. You do have to load up a file and take some work to do. But yeah, if you guys want to read, there's like documentation about why people aren't compliant and all that stuff. It's just people don't want to go through the process and all that. So I don't know. I think, okay, again, I really do think, hear me out. Again, I know we have to build the board, but the bridge, out of all the more popular boards that people have been recommending me to take a look at, the bridge was so far the strongest board out of all of those. In fact, I really liked the bridge. I think the bridge had a lot going for it aesthetically. It had a lot going for it sound-wise and just compatibility-wise. Same situation with VIA. Like, again, I'm not going to docket points in my head, but it is, I think, the strongest version out of all of the boards that I've seen so far. This is nice so far. Let's give it a go. Let's actually put some keycaps on it. I kind of want to use... Should we use PBT keycaps for this? Or should we use GMK? I feel like I should just stick with GMK because that's what I use for everything. I feel like I should. Just stick with the vibe. This is a PBT moment. Blanks. PBT mischief. Put something red on it? Oh, I mean, I already have the red switches. I don't have any of those that you guys are mentioning. Let me see what I got. Let's see. You know, low-key, Serica might look really good. I don't know why. I think Serica might actually slap on this. We could do GMK Dandy. Not Serica. Okay, then I need to grab one of the Dandy sets. Hold on. Let me go find which keyboard it's on. I mean, I could also do Wasabi. Wasabi sounds really good too. I'm kind of down to do Wasabi. Plus, it's right here. Great hands. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, dude. All right, let's do Wasabi. I know, no one wanted me to use Serica, which, I mean, fair, I guess. Definitely fair. I won't hold it against anyone. Interesting sound profile so far. I kind of vibe with that. That is neat. These switches are doing some work too. Oops. No, it did not support step caps. Not that I saw on the back anyways. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I don't think I saw it. These are an interesting switch. These are probably the shortest travel distance switch I've ever used. These are the GAT Type Rs. The Sillyworks X Gatoron. Interesting switch. I've been meaning to try them for a little bit. I mean, I did kind of try them. I put them in a numpad. Jeez, my bad, guys. I put them in a numpad, and I really liked them, but... You have switches on this board, which are more than 25 for a set. I mean... Yeah. Which 65 is that on your desk? This is the Encore. Mode Encore today. Is it a milky yellow killer? Oh, dude. I like this switch. No, these are very different. I would not even compare these to milky yellows. There's nothing that I even have in my collection of switches. Like, maybe a BCP? Maybe? This is so different from what I normally use. So different. Like I said, I don't think there's anything like that. Very cool. I mean, to be fair, though, we're also using $100 plus keycaps for this, so... I'm just talking if people wanted to go full budget on this. It's still going to add up very quickly. So... The way you oriented it makes... Oh, it's because of the maple. The shadow, like the light kind of blends in. It's kind of funny. No one's talking about JWK anymore? That's because JWK kind of shot themselves in the foot with all the stuff they make. Like, realistically, they did. Actually, speaking of cheaper boards, wasn't this particular board that I'm taking Wasabi off of, wasn't this close to the same price point as this? This is that one that Divinity ran, I believe, right? The Tess, right? Yeah. Pop Off King? Tess is like 70? Yeah. The only thing I don't think the Tess had was... I don't think the Tess had, if memory serves, wireless out of the box? I can't remember either now. It's been a little while. Tess is a GB only. I'm surprised. There's a few boards which I'm just surprised they just didn't do in-stock runs for. Oh, the spacebar is quite nice on this, though. I'll give it that. I'm vibing with that right now. That is kind of hot. Oops, this does not go here. Jeez. Do you feel like there's a need to lube them? The switches? No. The stab... Okay, actually, the switches are fantastic. Okay, I'm going to give the Lucky some really big props right now. These stock stabs are incredible. They did some work with these stock stabs. These are probably the best plate-mounted stock stabs I've ever seen. I'll give them some credit there. I really think these are really good. Good on them. That's pretty awesome. Sounds pretty incredible for stock stabilizers. All right, let's put the rest of these caps on now. Let's put pause up here. Super. And I don't know what you're saying, my guy. What are you saying? Anna, you need to explain yourself. What's up, Alaska? How you doing, man? They're already factory lubed, the stabs? Yeah, I mean, they obviously factory lubed it. And it seems like they're pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with that. Pretty impressed. Caps lock. If you're looking at 60% and stuck between a mode tempo and a cappy, what would you be looking at? Oh, dude.
Father gifted a tier 1 sub to
What's up,
Rocket_09.
Thank you, dude. Really appreciate that. If I had to pick between a mode tempo and a cappy, listen, I'm a sucker for both of those boards. I do think visually, I love Bowl. I like the tempo visually a little bit more. However, I mean, I do think you're getting, like, I don't think you're going wrong with either way. Like, they're both good. Visually, though, yeah, I'd go with the tempo. If you want that cleaner look, if you like the memey kind of stuff, then go with the cappy, bro. The cappy's kind of memey. It's kind of cool. All right, hold on. Let's turn off the RGB on this because this is kind of ugly with the RGB on. Where's the little... Okay. So, the Eden was nice too. With all the Eden fixes, yeah, I'd recommend the Eden. Again, this is just one build we're doing today. We're doing the Boomerang as well, but I do like the color of this. This is a nice colored keyboard. The Ano is very shiny. You can even see the reflection off of my hand here. Oh, are those little scuffs on the board already? Or did I just... Oh, that's just me. I did that. Okay. It does look like it scuffs pretty easy, though. Again, Ano quality is adequate. So, pretty easy to build up here. So let's quickly go over... Actually, let's type and then we'll go over a list of pros and cons. Shall we, guys? Alright, let me see what this sounds like. I already don't mind the sound of this at all, though. I can see why people recommended this to me. The stabs are great. I will give the Lucky V2 some credit here. The stabs are incredibly smooth. They are so well done from the factory here. That is, again, I think these are the best modded, again, maybe it varies unit per unit here, the best modded stabilizers I've ever used, like out of the factory. Impressive. They also sound like, it doesn't sound what I thought it was going to sound like. This sounds nice too. Like, it's definitely a foamier sound signature. I probably wouldn't build this without not having like a flex cut, non-flex cut PCB, like without foam. I'd leave the foam in here no matter what I do here. It is convenient that this has a catchball system. I don't think this is deterring from the keyboard sound at all. Acoustically, yeah, this is a pretty nice board for what they're offering here. So pros, yeah, I like the way this sounds. I think this sounds fine. Like, this is really nice. If you're going for the foamier sound signature, then do it. Go for it. I don't think you can build this playlist, right? Hold on, let me unplug it. I think this is literally... Oh, you can technically, huh? I don't know if I'd build this playlist, though. Without buying a non-flex cut PCB. It's a PCB unlimited gaskets. So yeah, I like the board. Overall, I think the board's nice. However, some disappointing parts about this. Some really disappointing parts. Oh yeah, no PCB mounted stabs. You can't even do that. The PCB and plate are the weakest parts about this build. PCB and plate are absolutely the weakest. Like, if you're buying this with the intention of building it one way, and you're gonna have to buy add-ons to do other ways. Criticism and room for improvement for the brand behind the Lucky. You could have just added that into one package. You know, if you're gonna build it with flex cuts and dry and basically chopping up the PCB anyway, or the plate anyways, you could have just added all those features. It kind of feels like you're paywalled off to get like the full use of your PCB. I also would have designed it with PCB mounted stabilizers for those who want to change up parts of the board. I think it's a bit weird to offer catchball system, which is so you can tinker with your board, but then limit the options of which you can tinker with the board. To me, that makes literally zero sense. It's like, hey, we want you to open this up, but there's not much to actually do. So you're kind of just adding a feature for the sake of adding a random feature. Again, I have no quarrels with plate-mounted stabs, but options are a great thing. The custom keyboard world, you have to be able to customize your thing, and the more ways you can customize your product is the better way, right? In fact, I probably would have went with opting to not put in catchball system here and maybe use that money to do a better plate, you know? You weren't critical enough, Alex? Damn, Cass, for real? I mean, the only point of opening this would be to maybe take out a piece of the foam. Like, really, that's all I can think of. And maybe take out the PCB so you can actually properly put in the switches with the hot swap socket. But other than that, there really doesn't seem to be like a big reason to open this. So, would I get this board, though, with everything else on the market? You know what, actually, after typing on this, thinking about it, for $79, I still think there's a reason. I think this has like a purpose in the market for $79 as a you know, bare bones kit. I do. I think this has a market. It comes in slightly cheaper than some of its competitors with far less options. But I can see me wanting to type on a foamy board every now and then, and you know what? I think this might be one of the more solid choices to pick up if you're into this sound profile. The wireless is nice too. I'm a little disappointed in the... again, I feel like this is just a roundabout discussion that I talk about with like every board at this point here. You know, just be VIA compliant. I don't know why this is so difficult. So it's just way easier for customers to grab this board, plug it in, and start customizing their layout. Instead of having to download a JSON, learn how to upload it properly, learn how to use that, and then keep the JSON on file in case you change computers in the long run, or clear cache. So, is that problematic? I think so, but I think that's basically a lot of overseas boards at this point here, even some American boards at this point here. It's just no one's being VIA compliant as much as they used to be, I suppose. This is the bare minimum for this to be beginner friendly. Yeah, I do think this is super beginner friendly, by the way. I think if you wanted to kind of step into keyboards for a cheap amount of money, or cheaper, I should say, because $79 is still expensive, this is excellent for that. Are you getting the best of everything? No. Is this, and I say good enough with a lot of love, is this good enough? Absolutely. From an enthusiast, though, from someone who's seen like a lot of keyboards, I think there's things missing, but oh well, I think is the answer here. I think oh well, and I think a lot of people would also be fine with saying oh well. So, actually, let's see if this loads into Vial. Lamb has a point. Let's see. Does this load into Vial? If this loads into Vial without a JSON, I'm happy still, but no, it doesn't load into Vial either. It does not. So, which means for those who don't understand how to use JSON files in VIA, you might not be able to do much with this board. Do I think this is better than Keychron boards? Absolutely. Yes. Keychron lately has been purely disappointments. To go to detention, they go then? Yeah. I hate having to load in a JSON. It's not hard, but it's a step. It's not a step I like. Yeah, plus I feel like, listen, putting my mindset into someone who's never done anything like this before, and maybe this is their first board, I know it doesn't seem difficult, but it's stuff you need to research, and now your $79 beginner-friendly board isn't so beginner-friendly. You're now having to research some steps to get your product to work. And some people don't want to do that. And I think that's also, for me, one of the, not a definitive aspect, but one of the aspects of buying something beginner-friendly is you have to do less work to get it to work properly. Hence, beginner-friendly. So, overall, though, if I had to, like, I don't score boards, but I would definitely say this is worth a pickup if you've never bought a board before. This would still be something I can easily recommend. Yeah. My biggest complaint, though, out of everything, and I will drive this home, it's not even the PCB, it's not the lack of options, it's not anything. Get VIA compatible. Like, compliant, rather. Make sure your shit loads. Like, that is, to me, like, if you're going to sell something like this, just get it to work. Make the extra step. That's, like, the biggest piece of criticism I can tell you here. Everything else, for the price point, I get it. Do I wish you could offer more? Absolutely. But that's the only thing. All right. That pretty much covers the Lucky. I didn't really think this was going to take long. I think this even took 20 minutes longer than I thought it was going to take. I don't think there's much else I can really do to this. I already know that because this is a flex cut PCB, I'm not going to like the sound profile it with no foam. So there's no point in building it with no foam. So I guess that's it for this board. Are we all happy? Is this like, do you guys feel like there's enough criticism that went into this? Was there anything else we wanted to cover with this board? Obviously, the way you build it and customize it is going to be a very personal matter. I like the way it sounded, though. It sounded good. All right, cool. I'm going to put this down to the side. We're probably going to give this away eventually, too. Now for the next board. Move some stuff out of the way here. I got too much junk on my desk. Now for the Boomerang. The main course? A course, I'd say. Okay. Now time for the Boomerang. In one of the most unique shaped cases I've ever seen. It matches the keyboard. When I saw this, when I took this out of the box, I was like, this is hilarious. I like that. It's a nice touch. It's a nice touch to the product. I will give it that. It is super neat. Didn't think you were gonna build one. We got one in, and then again, like, not to beat a dead horse with this, but you know, the tariffs kind of forced this to go live early, and I hadn't planned content yet. And then KBD fans was like, just do it at your own pace, please don't rush. But I still want to cover it in case people want to buy it and don't have anything to go off of. So I'm sure there's other content creators who did it, but I haven't done any research on who's done it and who hasn't. But it's an interesting board. It's priced interesting as well. Like, it's about $340, $365-ish. Actually, how much is it with the raw top? I think it might be $350, which is raw. I think that's the cheapest way you can go. Am I wrong on that, Lamb? Is it the cheapest way you can go? Raw is $270? Well, including the internals. I want to say including the internals too, like the PCB and stuff. Not just the case itself. 273 plus 42. Yeah, I'd say about 350. 350-ish for everything inside. I don't think it's about 400, is it? Hold on, let me quickly do the math here. I wrote down the math earlier, and I had 350 for everything, which included a hot swap PCB. Are those? Yeah, which included a hot swap PCB and a plate. Yeah. So it'd be 350 for the raw everything. And then, I don't know why this is. Maybe this is part of a sale or something, but there's like a... I have like, I don't know why. KBD Fans is giving me minus $6. That's kind of throwing... If you guys see me kind of squinting, it's because I get a minus $6 from some coupon code that I put in like a while ago. So $3.44 with some coupon code. The Waffle Better code. Yeah, that one. So $3.50. Let's just call it $3.50. Let's not include that coupon code because I don't know if that's for everything. So interesting enough, I was reading some of the stuff Laminar did behind the scenes because Laminar's the designer of this, and he did. Is this correct, Laminar? 20 prototypes, which is not cheap, by the way, guys. 20 prototypes, which is definitely going to eat into cost here to get this thing 100% right, or let's just say 20 plus. 5 redesigns over the course of 20 prototypes, is that correct? I don't know if you've ordered prototypes for every single one. I just did the math I added the numbers that you put on that sheet. 20 to 30, okay. Which is a lot, by the way, guys. It's a lot of prototypes. It is. The price point for $350, I think works. You guys will see it too. It's pretty cool. Design-wise, it's pretty neat, and I think $350 works for the price here. In fact, I would even say it's a bit cheap for what you're getting here. It does have some different options. It has some coated options. It has a few anode options, and then it has a raw option with a raw copper, which is interesting. I don't know how raw copper works in the long run. I've never really used raw copper in keyboards. Interesting though. It also has a sandblasted copper and a patina gray. Actually, Lam, does the raw copper, does that have a clear coat on it, out of curiosity? Is it a protected raw copper? I'm assuming it would be, right? I'm assuming so. It's meant to patina. Okay, so it is going to patina. Fully raw. So, before we get to the actual board, we got some accessories, being the typical KBD fan screwdriver kind of thing, plus, I think this is the O-ring. We have I'm assuming this is the PC plate. We have a solder PCB, which, oddly enough, I don't think I saw a solder PCB on this. Oh, there is. Pre-order only, solder PCB, but you have to order that extra. How come you... Oh, because the in-stock units don't have it. Never mind. So you have to pre-order a solder. We have a hot swap PCB, and then we have 2 different plates. This is... I think these are just 2 different color plates, right? Or no, this might be a plastic plate. Is this CF? I can't even see. Oh, that is a really pretty patina. Oh, this is a CF plate. CF and aluminum. Yeah, I saw. Don't they have this photo also on KBD Fans? Agent Fork, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate it, man. Pretty red plate. I would have opted for just a black plate, though. Not that I don't like red plates, but I would have probably opted for all black. Just to keep it nice and simple to work with whatever color scheme you have. I don't know if there was options for different color plates, though. I don't think so. So, carbon fiber is kind of cool. I might use that. We'll take a look at the PCBs here in a second. I might use the carbon fiber today. And then here's what we got. Raw, baby. This thing's heavy. Raw. It's cool looking. Cool shape too. It's genuinely a really interesting shape for this. It looks really good. Why do I want to yell that? Here is the bottom of this board, and it looks even better. Look at that. Look how cool, genuinely, look how cool this is. It's so neat. Give it a throw? And we might have to end the stream, so. Alex, look at the top right rubber foot. Oh, you put a little... I don't really get it, but a boob. He wrote boob. I don't know. I don't really get it. Happy you are going with a fun color. Yeah, this is neat. Let's put the, I also appreciate this too. Small little design choice. I like that the feet are also boomerangs. I like that too. That's a cool choice. Really, really like that. It looks so surreal in real life. Kinda. Alright, let's just put everything else back in here. Nice screwdriver too. I like when people add screwdrivers. Let's do this. What is a desk mat called? It's from Grovemade. I don't recommend buying it. Grovemade really needs to work on some sort of anti-slip thing for their desk pad. There are other brands who sell something quite similar. Also, Lem, you know what I would also recommend for the future? Adding an additional option of gray feet for something like the Raw, to kind of make it blend in a little bit more. I think that would be super neat. Like a light gray, you know? Kind of make it almost look seamless. Little, it was meant to happen, but tariffs said, okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm assuming some stuff probably got rushed because of tariffs and whatnot. Damn, that is so cool. Look at this, guys. Obviously, there's going to be some patina that happens here, but I think that's going to be the really fun part about this. Like, that is absolutely killer. So neat, dude. I love the design of this, too. Here's the side profile in case you guys want to see. Again, it should be rather simplistic. It's nothing too wild, but, I mean, if you want a technical side profile, it'd be something like this, because it's, it's a boomerang shape. Very, very awesome. Low sugar poppy sodas, and they're so damn good. Oh my god, they're so expensive though, aren't they? Beautiful. Little lines on the internals here. This should technically help with a lot of the, again, I like when people add these little ribs on the inside. Helps disperse some sound better. You can already see there's some patina happening on the raw copper as well. Love this though. Even the lines, like Laminar was saying as well, the lines are very well done for the machining. Keeps it nice and smooth. Very, very awesome looking keyboard. Very, very cool. Can the keyboard be used raw without anno or coat protection wise? You can, it'll just patina like crazy. It's gonna patina really quickly. In fact, all those little thumbprints I put on the back already, you might notice these are gonna patina over the next few days. So, very, very cool. Now, I kind of don't know what PCB I want to use. Like, I want to use the hot swap because I feel like everyone's going to get the hot swap for now, and maybe we should just use the hot swap, but there's also the solder version, which I don't know, I'm down to use whatever. I'm down to just use the hot swap as well. We don't need to solder today. Solder sounds better. Well, let me see the differences here. Actually, layout-wise, I don't think there's a single difference. The only difference is with the hot swap, it looks like there's LEDs, which is interesting that they didn't put those on this. They kind of force you to use your own LEDs for this. So if you want indicators, you have to use your own LEDs for the solder. I don't think there's a stitch of difference here though. Other than some north and south facing switches, obviously with the hot swap compatibility here, but cool. Yeah, I do, like, as much as I want to use solder today, guys, perhaps we do like a secondary build down the road, but I kind of do want to use hot swap. Not because I don't want to spend some time soldering, I just feel like it's a better indication of what people will buy. Because that's what's available now. I know there's a pre-order for this version with the solder, but... And then I'm thinking we do carbon fiber plate for this. The O-ring system is going to be interesting for this too. It's sort of like the F1 mounting style. Cool. Alright, let's put away the solder version for now. Every other region that isn't USA will get solder. Okay, you know, let's put it to a vote then. Let's vote it up. Poll. Oh, that is not how you spell poll. PCB. Solder. Oh, I totally spelled that wrong. Whatever, you guys can deal with it. My typing isn't the best today. 2-minute poll. It's saw deer now, okay? Can we see the red plate? Yeah, okay, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of a red plate. I don't think the red will look super good in this. I kind of want to go as non-crazy as I can with the plate here. Yeah, I mean, the anode's really good on this. I just wish it was... I'm going to be honest, Lamb, I do wish this was a different color. I think this is real bright. It is a nice red, though. Please, please, please do carbon fiber. I kind of want to do carbon fiber anyways, so... I guess while you guys do that, let me go grab some stabilizers. It's a 1.6 mil PCB, so we can just use whatever the hell we want. I think I'll just grab cherry clip-ins. I know we have to assemble them, but it's not a big deal. Seems like everyone wants hot swap anyways, so. Carbon fiber is a little bit... It's not as like metallic-y sounding, obviously, because it's not metal. So you kind of lack some of that higher end in some, like a certain type of higher end, from what I found. You still get the loudness, which is nice. It just, you kind of tone down the sharpness in some cases. Definitely leans a bit more plasticky for sure, which can help certain switches. If you know you already have a super bright switch that doesn't really play well with like metal, or you know the mounting style tends to resonate a little bit more, which actually in this case here, it might have some different vibrations that happen to this. Maybe a CF plate is a good way to go. All right, looks like we're doing hot swaps. Let's prep some stabs then. We're doing 1, 2, we'll do split right shift, 3, 4, 5. I like the layout of this too, guys. I like the macro column. I really do. That is awesome. I'm pretty excited for this one here though. This is a really fun looking build. So how many are we doing? Sorry, we're doing 1, 2, oops, wrong way for the plate. Yeah, I gotta flip my plate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 builds. Okay, 5 stabs. So this got 1, just need another 4 set of 4 here. Appreciate the rundown on the sound differences. Been a while since I've used CF. Anytime. I don't think I use CF that often these days. A lot of people usually send me an aluminum plate or like a plastic plate. One, 2. What's up, Elk1? 4. Gotta refill this. I'll refill it later. Put this back here. All right, now, little note too, the daughter board here, I don't know if the Fly daughter board will be also compatible with this, but it does look proprietary if anyone cares about that. It is KBD fans running it. Lamb, is it compatible with the Fly daughter board? I don't know, or did you mean yes, it's same layout as Fly? Okay, that's good. That's good then. Very good to know. Should I flip it over? Do you guys want to like continue staring at the butt of this keyboard? Or do you guys like the top view? I'll let you guys pick. Let's grab my clippers here. Yeah, my chair's actually rolling nice today. What the hell? Let me see the butt. It is a nice like line. I love the lines of this, how it just kind of extends outward from the corner. It is beautiful in that regards. Can I stare at what the? Mine? Bro, I'm not caked up like that. He touched the butt. Alright, let's do clipping of our stabs. This is going to take me off Is this gonna is this going to take me off my Neo Ergo? Oh, dude, I don't know. By the way, I was thinking about using the HMX Sonias today. What do you guys think? That, or should we use MX2As? I was really thinking HMX because I think it would go super nice with it. I'm using these Sonias right now. They're really good. Yeah, they're like a fan favorite right now.
Hello Alex, HMX Sonia's HC good.
Yes, very good, dude. Also, hi Manu, how you doing? Hello, hello, sir. We could do, okay, seems like a lot of people want to do the HMX switches. We'll do that here today, and then for this solder PCB, since we have one, maybe we can plan another build. Ooh, I don't like the way that clipped. Well, okay, never mind. I like the way it clipped, but I don't know where it flew to. Yeah, I think maybe we do cherry on aluminum as well. I'm going to be honest, cherry on CF is not always my favorite combination. Cherry's a bit brighter in that regard. They have a different top-out sound, I've noticed. Okay. Let me just scoop up all this. Beautiful. Missed one. Are we going to do Sunday photos today? We shall see. It's going to be a longer stream today, so we shall see, guys. But all I can say is I hope everyone's Sunday is going well. I don't know. Do you have any plans today? It's a nice day outside today, so I don't want to like keep you guys in too long watching keyboard stuff. Unless you guys wanna. That's up to you. I'm exhausted today. I feel you there, man. It's been a long week. It's raining for you? I'm building the frog now and gym after? Hell yes, dude. I'm liking that you're going to the gym, man. I love that. I'm making chickpeas? Zany cooking. Should I go for a Lucky V2 for 50 or a Neo 65 for... Dude, if you can get a Lucky V2 for 50 bucks, just go for the Lucky V2 at that point. You're not going to... Listen, you're talking about the OG Neo 65, you're not going to get much out of that. I don't really like... I don't think there's a huge enough want for 150 for a Neo 65, like an OG one. You know, just go for the Lucky V2. Unless you're getting the CU Neo 65, then yeah, I'd say like go for the CU version. It's kind of nice. It's premium. All right, let's do some stabs. Where's my lube? Here's my brush and here's my lube. Everyone building keys today, it seems. Are there who else is building keyboards today? I saw some people in chat. There's some people streaming keyboards too. I really like the flex cuts, but people keep saying it will hurt the sound. If you want a foamier sound, or want a, you know, if you want to take out the foam and want to go with a little bit more of like a flexible build, then yeah, just go with the flex cuts, man. Don't let people tell you otherwise. There's nothing inherently wrong with flex cuts. It's a preference thing. It's very much a preference thing. People tend to lose sight of that, I feel. People lose sight that a lot of things in this hobby are very preference-based. And they start to kind of mix up preferences with objectivity. And then they become very bitter about things, which is like kind of like high-key kind of cringe. Alex, if you had to choose, what would you prefer, derivative or moment? I like the derivative. I think the visuals of the derivative are more my thing, but the moment was kind of hot too. I don't think there's a wrong answer there, man. Boomerang arriving Thursday, but swapping keycaps on some boards? Oh, is that your next build then? What are you going to build it with? Objectively, my preference is the correct one. Technically, you're not wrong. Would you say that flex cuts objectively give a thinner sound? Yes. They do give you a thinner sound profile. They do different things to the way the sound like travels back and forth. And from what I've noticed on practically every flex cut PCB without any foam, you will get a thinner or lighter sound profile. Not clackier. It's just lighter a lot of the times, or it becomes a little bit like, I don't know, sometimes hollow almost. Just got my real camo full frame. Which one? Which camera? I'm done getting cameras for a long time. Silver red alu plate, Bison Snow. Oh, interesting. GMK Wab Hungul and KKB Nama Chocolate. Ooh, which one's that one? I think I might use a KKB set today. I want to use that Soju set today. I feel like that would go so well with this board. Or I was thinking Boneyard, but I think the board looked kind of dull. I kind of want to spruce it up with some color. I honestly, Festus, I think you made the right choice. Because can I be honest with you guys? So recently, I had the opportunity to. I know someone who works at a camera store. So story time. He is really into keyboards. We've been friends for a while. He lives in he lives in Canada as well too. And a few weeks ago we were talking, and he really wanted to. He really wanted a certain older keyboard that I had, and I was like, honestly, bro, just like, we've been friends for a while. I was like, next time you're in Toronto, you can just literally take it. Like, I'm blessed. I have a lot of boards. Like, I don't, just fucking take it. He's like, no, I need to trade you something. I need to do that for you. And I was like, what do you want to trade me? And he's like, well, he had an X106, and he's like, I can't trade you one for one, but if you did want one. And I was like, you know what? I did kind of want one. And I gave him a few bucks and then traded him the board. And I'm going to be real. I love him. And he knows. I already told him I kind of like low-key don't love the camera. It's okay. The camera's just all right. I don't see the hype behind the camera. I really don't. I think the Ricoh is better if you want to point and shoot. It's not as good. I think that was like the only camera purchase kinda that I was even considering for a while. But there's nothing camera-wise anymore that interests me. To be fair though, some of the new Sony stuff is interesting, and I'm happy you ended up going with Sony, by the way. Fuji is, I don't know, I love Fuji for what they are, but I do think they're way too expensive now. Like, way too expensive for what they're offering. You know what I see the hype behind though? Alex, the hype is deserving. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I love my X-T20, but I'm still new to photography. I think Fuji cameras are still great. I just think that particular camera, for what it's worth, is not worth the money. I would have rather gotten an XM5 if I were to stick with Fuji. I don't even know why I'm pointing. Oh, I know why I'm pointing there. It's just like, it's okay. Like, the camera is okay. I don't even know if I'm going to stick with this. I have a friend who said he wanted this, and I might just, for retail, give it to him for retail. I am not 100% on this. I've been noticing that I don't like the files that come out of it for whatever reason. I think it's just the lens is just not my thing on this camera. To put this lightly, it sort of feels like a point and shoot in the worst way possible. Like, it kind of feels like I'm just taking pictures with my phone, just slightly better quality. And I don't know if I want that. Like, I want to have some artsy fartsiness to it, I guess. But yeah, I don't see the hype. This is my first ever X100 series camera, and probably the last for a while. I saw the GFX 100, man. Also, from a technical standpoint, I don't know who the hell that's marketed towards. Maybe street photographers? Who's gonna want, I don't even like editing the files that come off that camera. They're too big. Who's editing the files that are coming off of the X100, the GFX 100? Even if you shoot JPEG, why do you need a big file like that? You know? People who don't edit? Man, I don't even know. It's just still too big. Imagine you don't edit. Here's my other crux, right? You don't edit photos, right? Just like with that camera, I planned not to edit photos. But then the files are so big that you're just eating up space on your phone, your hard drive, your whatever. You're just eating up space with the size of those files. Because if you're not going to really use that 100 megapixel sensor to its full ability, then what's the point? So to me, it's just it's all right. There's some flexibility you get for sure, but I still feel like you're going to have to open up a program to edit. Then people who don't like to make sure the shot is good in camera, it's FOMO that you can't edit later. I don't know. anyways, that's my rant about cameras right now. But I'm super glad you got the Sony, dude. I think you made a really good choice. I think the autofocusing system in Sony's are way better. You're going to like your choice of that camera. Really, really proud of you that you got that and happy for you, dude. Did I already leave this one? I did. Nice. I like my fouls like a... What the hell, banana? Lucky65 V2? We did it already. It turned out good. With like one major flaw. I don't know. It is an okay keyboard to say the least. I don't know. I still feel like the Lucky65 V2 is, it's like a good beginner board. I don't know how to put this nicely without being too blunt, I guess. It's a good beginner board. I still think that, and I know this is tough for some people, and I feel like I'm talking out of a place of privilege almost. I almost feel like you're better off saving a few extra dollars to go with a different board. But if you can't, which I know is also very difficult for a lot of people as well, and like I get that. I'm fully aware because sometimes I don't even want to spend an extra $20 on something. Then I think you're going to be more than happy with the Lucky65. I think that's kind of my conclusion with it. However, dude, they really need to figure out their VIA stuff. A lot of brands do. Cute QWERTY Keys does. A lot of brands do, man. Wuche does. Like, they need to figure out their compliance issues, dude. They really do. This is how my parents talk about me behind my back. Oh my gosh. Please don't say that, Alaska. I'd opt for a Tiger Light for the money personally. Actually, that's a pretty good little pickup too. Not aluminum though. Actually, does the Tiger Light come in aluminum? It's only plastic, right? I'm pretty sure. Classic TKL is also a good pickup too. Is the Alice Duo good? I loved it. I actually just finished writing my write-up for it. I just need to take photos. I think the QK Alice Duo had to be one of the most unique keyboards that has been on market for a little while, with some very nice features. It was really good. Really, really good. Very solid board. Let's grab the dielectric grease now. I'll use up this other bottle while I still have it here. I love my Cappy 60. I keep going back to it. It's a cute board. I like it too. Bull killed it with that. I think Mantis should be shipping out now with all the tariff situation, I guess, kind of figured out, sorta. So that should be shipped out soon too. Love my Tiger Light. I liked when we built it too. Don't they have the HE version of the Tiger Light now? Can't wait to get a Manta. I've been saving for so long. Well, I mean, it's still not going to be for a little while, guys, so don't get your hopes up too much. Plus, we don't even know if this version of the Manta is going to be good. We're hoping it's good. We're hoping it sounds fantastic. But, I mean, we can only hope. That is really all we can hope for. My EEAT is my favorite board. Oh, it's a beautiful board. I think I built one for... I think I built one or two for clients. Isn't it the first proto? Yeah. So we might have to do more. I mean, maybe we get lucky. Who knows? Maybe we get lucky and it's like the best board possible. What's that, Banana? Strong recommend. I just got a mode Envoy's much love. Envoy's good. People kind of are weird about the Envoy, but I actually think the Envoy is still an excellent sound profile. Maybe we get Lucky65 V2. Lucky. I mean, dude, if you, like I said, I have no quarrels with the Lucky. The Manta might be the last board for me of the year, unless I pick up a Pangea Mini. Hey, you know what, guys? Like I always say to you, including this board and every other board, finances, get those in order before anything keyboard related, guys. It is not worth going broke over keyboards. I started the hobby that way, and it was like the most unhealthy way to start the hobby. Ow. Yes, the joy of missing out for me is really fun too. Like, I really wanted to get, for example, I really wanted to get one of those F1 V2s. Actually, there's a lot of Geon boards that I really wanted. And I also wanted like an extra keycap set. And I thought to myself, I'm like, well, you know, I can pick up all these things now and I won't have any money to do anything else with. Like, I won't be able to go out for a meal, or I won't be able to order something, or like, yes, I can pick up like 2 or 3 things now and then be completely broke. Or I could just pick up one thing or none of those things and just kind of appreciate people who do pick it up. So there are a few things that I've seen you guys really happy with that make me really happy, and I don't regret not picking up those things. No, I didn't start with, I've never even owned a Jane. That was on my list of things I wanted to get back in the day, but it was just too expensive. God damn it, dude. You can adopt the 1 out of 1 policy or live vicariously through stream in client builds. I kind of do already. Congrats on the potential baby. What's happening? Who has a potential baby? Oh, Boney? Me and the wife might try to start for a baby. Oh, hell yeah, Boney. That's awesome, man. Do I fuck with Birks? Like Birkenstocks? Like the shoes? Bro, I don't... Listen, guys. I have to be super honest with you guys. It'd be really cool to own a lot of those like open toe sandals. But like, I don't really have the best of feet. I stumble a lot and like run into things. So like right now, I don't obviously want to show you guys, so don't ask. But I have like 2 toenails that are black because I ran into things, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna fall out. So I don't. It's not that I don't want to. I just listen. I just can't, bro. No one needs to see that in public. So yeah. Anyways, that's it. That's all. That's all I can really say about that. Big brands they make and how the huge profit. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of brands that make tons of profit. Not in public. It's the OnlyFans, right? Oh gosh. We appreciate your self-awareness. I'm sure many people appreciate that part. All right. Also, I really have to say this too. I like the fact that this is screwed from the back. Pretty nice. All right, let's get some switches prepped. One of the weirdest compliments I ever received when I was wearing sandals and a woman complimented how good my feet looked, I legit froze. You know, sometimes getting a nice compliment like that from anybody is just throws you off. It really does throw you off sometimes, right? You're like, how do I respond to this? So we've already built once with these. Oh gosh, just dropped it. It was the bias. But the bias also had like some plate revisions done to it. So we didn't get the best of testing for it. So we're going to give it another go today. Exposed screws for the win. No ball gag here. I'm sorry. What? What? Where? Huh? How heavy does the Boomerang feel compared to the Encore? This is the aluminum Encore though. I think the Encore technically... Actually, they might be the same weight. I don't know. Maybe we'll weigh them afterwards. That's the aluminum Encore though. So this is like light. This is easy. Shoot, I should have went with a better color match switches to the keycaps I want to put into today's board. This looks so nice, it's making me want to contemplate skipping Lily extras and wait for R2. Hey, you know what? I'm not going to tell you what to do, but the Boomerang is real nice. I think, though... Okay, I'm not saying this to encourage you guys to buy an extra piece if you guys are going through KVD fans. I think I would also pre-order the, just as a backup, I would get the solder PCB as a backup for sure. Also, what's up, Scotty? How you doing? Do I have any patinaed boards? I had one, but it is no longer in my possession. That was actually the board I traded for the camera. It was one of the first boards I ever purchased. It was, well, not one of. It was maybe a few months into buying keyboards. It was actually an aftermarket. I don't remember the exact name of it, but it was one of the, oh God. It was like a pink polycarbonate board. I literally am losing my train of thought here. It was a pink polycarb board with an uncoated weight, and it was patinaed to all hell and back. No, it wasn't a Heine one. It was... What was that one designer that like left the hobby, who had been making keyboards for a while? I never really used any of their boards. Only had one. They like bought a car and like showed it off. It wasn't Rama. It was the other one. Noxary, yes. It was a Noxary board. Probably better that I forget his name. I always bought like 30 PCBs to keep at home, Alex. PCB shortages are never a problem, sort of like Matrix does. That is very nice of you, Lamb. Alex, maybe instead of comparing boards at the end, you could just say if it's something you would personally buy with your own money based on your tastes. You know, I still think people... I totally get what you're saying, Crispy, but I think people would take that the wrong way, too. I think people would say I'm being biased regardless of that. I think people want comparisons. I don't know. I feel like I've been doing this for a little while, that I know that the only thing that seems to really resonate is sometimes comparing like X to Y type thing. So I don't know. Like for example, like I would buy a bunch of boards that I've seen. I can't though, you know? And people might get a little upsetty spaghetti where it's like, oh, you're not buying everything you said you'd buy? It's like, yes, because I can't afford all these. Is frozen? It might be Twitch. It's running fine for me, guys. Is it frozen for you guys? Just refresh the page if anything. Is this board a Rainy 75 competitor? I don't know. I still haven't really used the Rainy 75 to its full capacity yet. How about you just tell me what to do with my money from now on? Save your money, guys. Don't buy keyboards. Exit the hobby. That's it. Is that blockers? It did. Oh no, blockers would go here. Never mind. I'm stupid. Forget the haters, Alex. You're the most thoughtful with criticism out there. Appreciate it, man. I try to be. I feel like criticism needs to be thoughtful, or else it just becomes like you're just kind of... I don't know. I also feel like I've been doing this long enough where I do understand what's objective and what's personal preference. But it just seems like a lot of people still like see it one way or the other. Like where it's like everything's objective if you have a thought. So... What's even the closest comparison to this? So unique? Well, I feel like any Alice board might be close to maybe something like this, but I mean, its shape is so unique even that it'd be tough. That I don't even know what could really compare to this. I don't really have any good comparisons for this actually. Especially what's on the market now, like there's not a whole hell of a lot. Really? You think even... I don't even know if this... Or are you saying, sorry, the mounting style is like F1? I thought you meant as compared to the F1. I was going to be like, not really. Maybe the Virgo? But I feel like the Virgo also has a very different layout, which is unfair to compare. I think it's always a good thing, though, when there's not much to compare to a product and it kind of stands on its own. I think you kind of hit, you know, a winner when you have something that is very tough to compare. Alex, your case is Cricket? Yeah, I dropped it earlier. My bad, bro. My bad, dude. I guess you could get close to this with the Alice Duo at an angle. Yeah, like I was also thinking that too, but I don't even know if that works. Like I don't know if that's a fair comparison. All right. God damn, I don't even want to take this apart. Like, I really just want to throw this up on a shelf. It looks so good. I love the way the light hits everything on this. I'm also just really excited to like see how this gets captured with my camera. Let's get our bits. What bit is this? Is it this bit? Yes. Can we get some sweet, sweet GMK Future Funk on this? I was actually thinking we use Soju on this Kikobo set. I really think it would look good with the raw aluminum. I don't know though. What do you guys think? Yeah. Let's do that then. Let's do that. All right, so there is some different screw length. This goes in the bottom middle, so we gotta just remember that. Bottom middle for that. Ooh, look at these lines. Look at these machining lines on this. Ooh, baby. Damn, what a pretty looking board. Here's the inside of the board. Nicer way to look at this without the top frame on it. Again, this is the raw version. God, the raw version is hot, dude. God damn. It does look good. It does look good, guys. It does indeed look good. And then let's grab all of our screws and stuff. Oh, you know what? Maybe we could have just used the included screwdriver. Might have to swap the spacebar switch. I can already tell. We might, but it's hot swaps. That's the beauty of it. Maybe we won't want something as loud for the spacebar switch, but we'll see. That's the like I said, that's the joy of using hot swap. Actually, if this was the solderable version, I probably would have actually done a what's it called there? Oh my gosh, Mil-Max socket on the spacebars. All right, now this is going to use little O-rings as gaskets, which we've seen on boards before. So this is nothing new, but it's a mounting style that I quite like. I think one of the boards I first, oh geez, it just flew. One of the boards I first used this kind of mounting style on was what it flew back to me though. The Hex, wasn't it the Hex? No, actually, it landed right beside me, dude. Frag out? For real, bro. I'm playing too much Tarkov. Actually, I've been playing Schedule 1 more than I've been playing Tarkov. I can't really play Tarkov much these days. I'm not really enjoying it as much as I thought I would. Cool. Yeah, I've been playing solo a lot. You know what I've been doing? Factory runs. That's it.
Got back into Keebs as of late and was super happy you're still here producing great content.
Dude, I appreciate that. It's so kind of you to say, bro. Yeah, I'm still here doing content. Thank you, man. Actually, what are these for, Lamb? Are these for the sides? Do I just plop these in like this? Actually, need to make this a little bit straighter here. I like that. So are these technically optional, or would you recommend putting these in? Kind of does look like a mini force brake, but I think it does sit on the side of the. Does it sit on the plates? Oh no, this does sit on the. Actually, I think it does act as a force brake. You're right. I was gonna say, does it sit on the side of the plate? It does not. Okay, interesting. Interesting, I do like this. Oh, you know what? I just noticed this on the back of the PCB too. It says Boomerang and some interesting typeface. I like that, that's cool. See, this is why you do revisions. My man's thought of it all. Yeah. I mean, you can tell this is a very well thought of, like even the build process is super easy. But it's nothing, I'm gonna say this, it's nothing like intentionally crazy to begin with. The O-rings act as of their own alignment slots, so we shouldn't have any alignment issues, which is great. That's something I've been seeing a lot of brands fumble with for some reason as of late. These slot into their sockets, which double as the alignment, meaning this is not going anywhere. These little things on the side, ow, that hurt. I think I just splintered myself. These little things on the side act as like a little of force brake, and there we go. So that's it there. Now we can put this in and screw it all together. You want me to kiss it to make it feel better? Actually, I think I need to fix it later, like my finger. I think I got a bit of a splinter from the carbon fiber. These are HMX. Am I saying it right? Sonja? Smooch the patina? Listen, guys, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, dude. The V65? Yes, is honestly, that board's so nice, dude. Or sorry, the Phi 65, I should say. Clever knocked it out of the park with that board. I gotta admit, it's one of the prettier boards this year, for sure. Really? I like the feet. I think the feet are done in a very interesting way where it kind of looks like a boomerang being thrown. I think thematically, it works with the board. I get maybe these could have been done in a different angle, but I think this kind of fits. If you had done it on a sharper angle, the screw wouldn't be able to be here unless you did some sort of like hidden screw design. Oh shoot, was there 2 longer screws that I mistakenly put in the wrong spots? Yes, I think I did put 2 longer screws in the wrong spots. Let me fix that. You do have to be careful of which screws go in which then, guys. That's my fault. Yeah, okay. These screws go on this side, these go in the middle. So just be aware of where you're screwing things in. Hi, Mitt. How you doing? I'm dropping everything today. The boomerang feet are cool. Yeah, I kind of like them. Again, they kind of fit with the theme, so I'm vibing with it. The prettier board this year is sitting on your desk right now. Honestly, the Encore and the Boomerang are very pretty. Did I also put these ones in the wrong spot? Why can't I screw this in correctly? Are these also longer ones? I think, yeah. Okay. I see what I did wrong. I should have been keeping track of where all the feet go. Or the screws go. We're doing the boomerang throw after you use it? I don't know about that one. Wait, what's going on here? Oh. I don't know about that one, dude. Don't think I want to throw anything. This is gonna make a hole in my floor, or maybe break something, if you know what I mean. All right, let me quickly go wash my hands and everything too, guys, and we'll get the keycaps. I have to also go grab them from the box, so give me 1 second. 3 kilogram projectile, not a good idea. Yeah, I don't know about that. Also, you know, I'm just kind of noticing this now too that it's built. I like this little piece on the top. I think that kind of adds this kind of like bridge to the keyboard almost. I like that. Give me 1 second, guys. Where's my keycaps here? Soju. Accents for it, I think. Yes. Okay. This goes in here. Okay, got it. Exciting, exciting, everybody. Again, if we need to swap certain things like switches for certain things, we'll do that at the end here. Congratulations getting into the mouse hobby. Oh gosh. I've been congratulated and also warned like a bunch of times. People saying, don't do it. You know, we ended up going to dinner, was it last week or something? And I was going to get a bottle of soju, but it was really expensive. And honestly, I don't really drink much anymore, so I ended up not getting it. But it does taste nice. This is going to be a really pretty color for this. How deep do mice go? It's pretty interesting. I don't think I'm going to review mice. I think I might just take a look at some here and there and give you guys my, you know, off the record thoughts, but it's not something I'm like actively trying to pursue right now, if that makes sense. I just don't think I'd be the good person to be reviewing mice, if I'm being real with you guys. I think that I don't play enough games to review mice the way other people review mice. Cool. Very, very cool. And then also, these were sent over to... I actually don't know what this is. Let me open this one here up. Yeah, it's a very nice blue. Oh, these are these caps. I think these would go with it very well. These like glass kind of caps. I think we can pair these as accents. And there was also some other like kits sent over as well. This was sent over, by the way. I did not pick up this set. The sub-legends. I think the sub-legends work really well for this, by the way. In fact, I think we should go with the sub-legends on this. Let's probably do the sub-legends here. Spacebars might be a problem. I have a spacebar kit as well. Those novelties, sheesh. Yeah. There's a spacebar kit right here. Yeah, Unikey wanted me to take a look at the set. They had asked if they could send it over, and they sent like every child kit out, which was really cool. So, thank you to them. Let's put on the stabs right away, or the spacebars. I might have to go in and tune the stabs, so just, again, be patient as usual. Oh, this is going to be a nice set for this. Okay, so first, let's just worry about this for now.
Hello Alex and chat. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, less than 3.
I'll try my best, man. I will try my absolute best to have an excellent day. I hope you have a good day too, bro. Thank you for the support here. Yeah, this is a nice looking set here on this board for sure. How come they do give you another set of numbers? I don't think you really need that. Unless you can... Oh, I guess you can kind of reuse some of the other mods, I suppose. Kind of cool, though. They give you another set of numbers for this. I thought it would just be the alphas. Oh, dude, this is going to look so nice with the raw aluminum here. I'm vibing with it. Also, I think I'm going to put the escape here instead of here, just because I like the way that looks more. It's a nice blue. Like, I can't get over... Like, this is one of the few blue shades that I really like, and I can't get over how vibrant they made this set. It's good looking. It really is. What's your take on custom Keeb cables? I think they're really cool. However, I'm not into them anymore. I can't get into them anymore because my desk has so many moving pieces. Oh, I forgot the U. You're right. My desk has so many moving pieces that the coiled cables and like fancier cables, I end up ruining them. So what I've ended up doing is nowadays I just go for silicone like basic cables that look nice and minimal and they work and they're functional. I use the one from Ordinary Labs. That is what I use. But yeah, I just don't use custom cables as much as I once did. That's all. I end up ruining a lot of the coiled cables, if I'm being real with you guys. Oh, you know what? Let's use Scooped. Scooped is the better choice here. Alex, your backspace is too big and one row too high. My backspace is too big? Are you saying I should have done split? Absolutely not. I like this with full. This looks good with full. Did I miss something again here? Oh, I missed the J. Yeah, I got it. The Novel Keys ones are really nice too, I gotta admit. They're really cool. And again, they're pretty durable feeling too, so. I think you forgot you're building a 60. Wait, I forgot? Ooh, what do I put here, guys? I feel like this has to be the enter key here. This is gonna look sweet as the enter. And then let's grab this guy. I think this will make a cool escape key. Yeah. Now I need this. Get a white switch for enter. We could do that. I could switch to like a white switch too. Just for the sake of color coordinating it, but cool accents. Yeah, this is a pretty board. Oh yeah, there's a missing B in the accent kit, huh? I just realized that. Yeah. So maybe that's a good criticism to give them for this. They should have added an additional B. Oh well. We'll just use something different here. You know, honestly, maybe I just throw on not another B. Maybe I just do a different key entirely. Maybe that works. Actually, I like the fact they included these two. These are nice. Although, they only included one set of those? Huh. Oh well. Alright. It shows a second B for the accents? Or for the sublegends? Really? Yeah, I don't have an extra. They have an extra B for this. But not an extra B for that. Ah, interesting. They missed it. Okay, dude, I gotta say this one thing about Kikobo. They miss a lot of keys. I've literally had 50%, maybe more. Maybe I'm like understating this. There's been so many times where I'm just missing keys from Kikobo. That is like my biggest gripe. I swear, even the last few sets we used, I was missing like a key or two. Like Unikey is really good about replacing them, and I'll give them shoutouts. But yeah, them themselves, like Kikobo has been notorious for missing shit. Is what it is, I guess. Can't really say too much, I suppose. I think these will look cool on this side. I love these accents though. These are really cool. Like the novelty keycaps here. Very, very awesome looking. Short shift. Should I put like a white key on the top over here? Oh no, that's the same key. Oh, should I change that then? What should I do? Ooh, the re-legendables would be neat there. You're right. I think the re-legendables would be really cool. Oh, but I'm going to be missing one re-legendable. No, that's still really cool. I'll put something at the bottom, like a 1U of something. Maybe there's like one of those. This should go next, actually. Start with the white novelty? You think so? I was actually going to say maybe we put on one of these. Where is it? Like the clear one at the very bottom. Although it's the same as this one, so maybe we should switch. Actually, nah, that does not look good. Because that means I would have to switch the red keycap here. How about we just do the broken heart here? Like that. You know what? I do think I should switch these, though. This is why people color match switches. Well, I forgot these had these clear keycaps in it. So, you know what, guys? I didn't know. The Tim Keyless button? True. Let's switch these down here, and then let's put this up here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Damn, that looks nice in this. This is a cool looking board now. This looks good. Yeah, we'll perhaps swap it out. We'll see how it sounds first. This looks really, really cool. No arrow keys? I mean, I'm not too sad about, the layout here. I think it's kind of nice. Kikobo killed it with this set. Who's the designer behind this? This is it just Kikobo? Is it K? Okay, okay. Alright. Put that to the side. And here is the board. That looks super good with this keycap set on it, dude. That is a hot looking keyboard. You flip it over, and then we have that raw copper, which is really cool. God damn, even from here. Honestly, if you were to go with like a really gray set on this too, this would be insane. Holy smokes, though, this is fucking beautiful. Wow. Boneyard would look super nice on this too. All right. Let's give this a little... ooh, actually, I didn't even see it from this angle yet. This is cool too. Yeah, look at that. That's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Nice and like light and airy sounding. I'm going to tune this. I hear ticking on this. I'm going to fix that right now. The Sonias are, well, stock with factory lube. Let's see. Let's get my little syringe here. I was a little worried that these might be too bright for the spacebar, but I think these actually suit the spacebar. We can try swapping out some of the alphas for like a cherry switch just to show you guys, but... In fact, maybe I want the spacebars to be a little louder. Yeah, I think I might want them to be louder. I kind of want them to hit more. Maybe I swap out them for something brighter? What do I have that's even brighter right now? Honestly, maybe those Type Rs. Those Type Rs were pretty bright. I know it's a tactile switch, but... A Nixie switch? Well, I mean, here, let's experiment. Actually, let's see what it sounds like right now. I like the alphas. I do think the spacebars need to be swapped for something a bit, like, in your face. They feel really good, though. Fuck, I kind of like this spacebar the way it is. It's weird. I love the spacebars that I kind of want to switch the alpha switches to something less bright. Because these spacebars sound really good. The alphas sound nice. I like them. The feeling is light. Like it's a very soft keyboard. I would even say this is, normally I say like medium firmness. But you can even see this keyboard's moving around as I type. It has a slight plasticky taste. I do think that's just key Kobo. Like if I were to swap to some GMK keycaps, which here, let's try. Let's try 2 or 3 GMK keycaps just to show you guys. Oh, my camera's freaking out. Just to show you guys what this would sound like in here. Yeah, carbon fiber is also a bit more plasticky. And then we'll try some cherry switches here too. Can you use the right spacebar more? I don't really type with my right hand like that. But let's try some cherry switches just to show you guys. Because my cable is, I don't know, it's weird, man. It's not very well positioned. Yeah, it slips back. I don't know what to tell you guys. All right, and here is what the cherry sounds like. Did I do that right? I did. So you can tell the modded cherry switches, very deep. Way more full. But there's something nice about the HMX switches too. Like they just kind of sound, you can tell I was designed for cherry. Yeah. You can tell that the HMX switch though has its own like light airiness to it, which is, I mean, typical of HMX switches. They're a little bit thinner, a little bit more on the plasticky side, which I think a lot of people enjoy as well. But yeah, the cherry switches sound really full. I think people really enjoy cherry. I'll try those next. Sonya HCs. I'll try those. Let's try swapping out the spacebars too. I mean, dude, even with the HMX though on carbon fiber, which is kind of a plasticky combo, I think this hits. Let's take these out. Oh yeah, we gotta definitely take some nice photos of this. Also, thank you so much. Amazing. I appreciate that, dude. Definitely a bit tighter with the HMX switch in here. Or the cherry switch. That's how the stock HMX switch sounds. All right, let's put these back in. I don't know. I don't know if it's on my schedule yet, Niku. Super, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate it, dude. Is it on my... I think someone did message me about that, but let me double check my schedule. Diversity. Oh, you know what it is? Frether messaged me about it. It's on April 22nd. That's the day. All right, now I want to go with a louder spacebar here. So what are my options? What are my options for louder? Again, though, I like these as spacebars. These sound really great as spacebars. I just think for these two, and this is typical of Alice style boards, I like loudness. Let's try some of those Type Rs, actually. I feel like these Type Rs might be the way. A fancy keycap puller? I have fancy keycap pullers, but I tend to be a little bit more rough on stream, so... I think this kind of works. Man, this 3mm travel is weird. I need to tune this side. There it is. Yeah, I think this works. Let me just tune this side a little bit better here. I only did the right space bar. I have an issue with my Type Rs. Like 50% of them have 0 actuation point. Ooh, this does sound a lot nicer. Man, I love how full all of the mods sound. Damn. I probably will eventually switch this to just cherry switches, although I do like the Sonias in here. I do think it leans a bit thinner. Like when you really listen to this, it does lean a little bit thinner with the Sonias on the CF plate. But I don't know, like it's not like a bad thing at all. It's just kind of like really showing the nature of the HMX switch. It might work really good on aluminum. It might also work really good on plastic, like a PC plate. Yeah, I think for the solder build, I'm going to do cherry. Definitely cherry with aluminum. Yeah, I could switch them. This is not my I don't have a batch of it. Like this is not my batch. This is a client's batch that I have. I was just testing with it. So they're not mine, unfortunately. But damn, I think this board is killer. This is really cool. Really, really nice. Again, I think in the end, I probably would swap to cherry. But damn, I am very happy with the way this turned out. Look at these. I don't have any Zakus, no. Can we try some Nixies on the CF and GMK keycaps? I think I only have those dyed Nixies. Is that okay, Crispy? I still really like this. This sounds really good, dude. Dyed Nixies is cool. Let's try. I'll take like 3 of them. We'll do 3. We'll do it on the JK and the L. What do you think about GMK panels on red Boomerang? Oh, that would look super sweet, dude. That will look super sweet. Kikobo is basically GMK sound-wise. I think it's a little smidge different. You're right, Cable. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. I think it's a smidge different. I think GMK sounds a bit fuller, while Kikobo sounds a bit more plasticier, whatever you want to call it. But it's not far off. It's very, very close. Okay, and let's just take the JK and the L off this board. Let's do this. It's like, yeah, it's like 90 to 95% there. I agree with Keep Science. I mean, that sounds really good already. Okay, so here is... Oh yeah, dude. I mean, that sounds fantastic with the dyed Nixies. Yeah, I would just do this board's going to be using cherry switches, or I guess anything a bit deeper, fantastic. I still like the HMX switches in here. I think they sound really good. Definitely a bit thinner though. If you guys like that though, and if this is like, you're like, damn, I really like how high pitched this board is. Obviously this is all preference. I'm glad we got to see what this sounds like too with some Nixies. Like I said, I probably will now end up switching. I probably have to lube a batch up. Do I have any more Nixies though? I don't. So I probably will lube a batch of Nixies or something and put it on this board. Nixies on CF, baby. Actually, you know what I do want to see? We'll do one more switch. One more switch here. Let's see. I probably still will leave this set on. Like, it still sounds good with Kikobo, so I'm probably going to keep the Kikobo keycaps on this. That I won't change. Yeah, these Nixies are fully modded. let's mix these back in the box, and let me use these guys. Actually, where are those guys now? Where did I put them? Here they are. These are my switches. Let's try some of these out too. You know what? These are really color coordinated. I didn't even think to use these today. I should have used these today. These are super color coordinated with this. Oh, this is not the... This goes like this. Yes, I've used the classic blues. Yeah, way more rounded off. Okay, so maybe HMX switches in the CF here are not my cup of tea. I think I'm definitely seeing that I prefer the cherry switches. But my God, this is a good sounding board. I think you guys will really, really like the way this board sounds. Truly. Truly, really like the way this board sounds. Yeah. You know, maybe I will switch to these. I like the way these sound a lot. When did you get the chance, could you maybe do a close-up of the raw finish? Of course. Let me just put everything back. I'm going to keep the HMX switches in it for now, just to take some pictures, and then I'll swap later. Classic blue hype train. I did the classic blue switches in the class, or the Class 65 V3, and it sounded phenomenal. So, definitely keep your eye out for that. These back on this. What were those last switches? These are my switch. So these are supposed to be sort of close to a milky yellow. These work really well in boards that are naturally a bit brighter. Pairs really well with an aluminum switch or aluminum plate. But these are mine. They're from Type Plus. They're from the same manufacturer as the classic blue, basically. But they're my choice of spring and my choice of materials. I helped a lot with just getting these to be exactly where I wanted them to be. I don't use a light box. I use a flash and a bounce. Okay, and then here is a close-up on the finishes. Well, I should say lack of the raw aluminum. Raw copper here. Damn, Laminar, you have a very pretty board on your hand right here. I think Soju is sick on this, by the way. I don't know. I might actually keep the build with the Sonias. Like, this is kind of growing on me right now. I'm going to keep this plate and this combination together, and I think I'm just going to use the other parts to build a separate build. But, I don't know, I kind of... This is, like, very quickly making me really appreciate this sound profile. I don't know, I like it. It's not what I'm used to. I'm used to more like that fullness, like that milky yellow kind of fullness. But I like it, it's nice. Again, really just up to the switch there, but damn. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use this board for a little while. Very, very nice, guys. I think this is a winner. This is definitely a winner right now. God, this looks so good on the desk. Oh, geez, my bad. All right, though, guys. I was planning to go Silver Alice Duo with those Soju Blue keycaps. Oh, they're beautiful. I think I might even try to take some photos of this today, but I have quite the amount of keyboards I need to take pictures of today, so. I know, they don't use a real limo. Real limos are expensive, though. All right, though, guys. I'm happy. This is a good day full of keyboards. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Some final thoughts with the board. The only real piece of criticism I have for this, like, at all, like, there's not a whole hell of a lot. I think this board's beautiful. Very well done by Laminar. I don't know. I think maybe, and he said this was already going to be a thing, but maybe gray feet. But that was apparently supposed to be a thing, but the project just had to get a little bit fast-tracked because of tariff situation. There's not really much. There's not a whole hell of a lot I'd change here. I like the mounting style a lot. It's nice and soft. So actually, maybe if you're not into softer mounting styles, this is not going to be something for you. The edges of the weight, they're rounded off enough to the point where you're not going to feel anything. Like, there's no scratchiness. There's no, like, sharp edges, per se. They just appear to be sharp. But they're not going to, like, scratch you or anything. I don't know. I really like this. Turned out great. Visually, this is perfect. I don't think I'd change a single thing. Like I said, it's the lines coming from these corners just visually draw you into the board. Like, it is good looking. So, you're offering plates without leaf springs too. Again, it's been rushed because of tariffs. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, cool. I think if you were to offer some plates without leaf springs, yeah, if you wanted to get a medium, firmish kind of style keyboard, then yeah, you have that option to pick up some different plates too. But even in its current situation right here, I think most people will really like this board. It is very, very pretty. Nothing at all I'd change. Very awesome board. Nice. Very nice. All right, guys, that's pretty much a stream though today. I will be streaming again tomorrow. We have a client build tomorrow, I believe. Whole bunch of builds this week, actually. And then I might even try to squeeze in an additional build with the with Laminar's Boomerang here. Maybe we try to get another build done later this week. I need to get some more stabs though. I'm running out of cherry stabs, which is sad, but all right though, guys, let's find what's this week looking like. Here, let me tell you guys. We have the Shelby 65 tomorrow, Oku on Wednesday. We have a special little board happening on Friday, which I don't really want to, I guess, what's the word here, spoil yet. And then we're doing a Lammy on Sunday. So pretty full week, 4 builds. Very nice. Manta? I don't know when Manta's not this week. Manta hasn't even shipped yet because of just complications with all the tariffs and stuff. So next week's going to be even crazier though. Like the week after next week, sorry. So, all right though, guys. If you guys did want builds done, I am still 4-week schedule, like 4-week queue time. Nothing's changed. It's always been about 4 weeks. If you guys want them done and you want middle of May, send in your requests as soon as you can. So, we'll do Silver. I think I saw your message, Silver. I haven't been to the post office yet. I'll probably be going on Monday, just because I think it's actually closed right now. I don't think it's open today. Can I schedule a date? Always. Always, dude. Just send me an email. All right, guys, to find someone to raid. Thank you, by the way, guys, for tuning in today. I hope you guys had fun. Let's go raid. You know what? Let's go raid my friend Nick. He's doing Lego. Nick's been streaming for a long time. Love the guy. He's really cool, too. Wait? Why wait? I will provide drinks and... Dude, for sure. Can I ask about Signature Mercy? Or merch? Oh, it's still pending. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I'm hoping this week. I'm probably going to send them an email, but it's still pending. I don't know what's going on. Email date in 2025? What the fuck? Yeah, why not? Oh shit, I spelled raid wrong. Will Soju keycaps be back? I am not sure. Are they sold out? That's so unfortunate if they are. I don't see why they wouldn't be coming back though. If they're doing well, they should restock them. Today was so much fun. See you on the next one. Absolutely, dude. I hope you guys tune in tomorrow. Great time today, everybody. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys very soon. The Lucky, I'm gonna make a YouTube video of sometime this week. Same thing with this board, but I might even wait for the video on this board until I do the second build, but we'll see. We shall see. All right, guys, enjoy and say hi to Brick and Nick for us. Bye, everybody. See ya.